Talbot House has been providing outreach services through Ministries for over 35 years here in Polk County, Florida. And we're going to talk a little bit today about some of the real needs that are taking place that Talbot House is able to meet through generous donations and contributions of the Polk County community. With me today to talk about this ministry is Michelle Carr, Director of Development. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
We're excited to have you here today. Tell me a little bit about the history of Talbot House.
Talbot House has an amazing history. It was originally down the street from where we're currently located, and quite a few years back, maybe 10 or 11 years back, the county needed that area to expand its roads. So Talbot House had to move or shut down, and the community came together and raised enough funds to create the building that we're in now, which is actually more than one building. It's a campus at this point. So it allowed us to expand and provide additional services. Initially, we were a small soup kitchen that had a few beds that people could stay in overnight. Now we house 144 daily or every night, and some of them are actual residents that are in our programs, and some of them come because they want a place to stay for the evening only. So there's some very good history behind it. There's a lot more to it, but if you want more information, I would encourage everybody to come by and take a tour, and then you could get the full effect of what we offer and provide. But the history is thick, and for 35 years, we have grown from this tiny little box into this wonderful campus.
And that is just proof of the real need that's taking place that you guys are able to meet. And you mentioned, that 35 years going, the community comes together when things need to happen for Talbot House, and we have something happening right now that we need our community to stand behind you on as we are being made aware, and we're hearing more and more in the county. The Salvation Army will be relocating soon. Mm-hmm. When that happens, that is definitely going to impact, if not already, what you're doing at Talbot House, correct?
It has already impacted us. They've already started their move. With that transition, what they have provided daily is now gone, which was lunch. To our residents, we provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. To the homeless and poor in the area, we provide breakfast and dinner, not the lunch. Salvation Army always provided the lunch. Just over a month ago, that ceased. So we took on that responsibility. Our numbers are already over 120 additional lunches per day. So it is a huge impact. We anticipate these numbers are going to continue to rise, for one, as word continues to spread on the street, but also because we've got the holidays and inclement weather approaching us that naturally drive up our numbers anyway. So we are anticipating well over 200 lunches per day that we are going to be serving, which is not in our budget. And while we're on the topic of budget, you can understand that this increase also increases our expenses. There's not just more food, there's more electric, there's more water, there's more people, more staff, more everything that goes into this. So it is affecting us in a full domino effect, basically, throughout the entire campus. So not just the lunch, not just the food, but it is a huge need, and we are crying and pleading to the community to assist us.
It's a definite need, and when I think about people who are unable to get to food or are unable to get the clothing or the mm-hmm. shelter that they need, your heart cries, mm-hmm. your heart just cries out. And this is the time when we are urging our viewers to come together for Talbot House to help in that effort. Now, one of the things that you provide is a pantry. Mm-hmm. Is that correct? And you
yes.
have a beautiful program where you provide a box of food. And tell us a little bit about how that works and what some of those needs may look like now.
Those needs are in dire straits as well. We provide actually a crate of boxed food, boxed canned dry foods to families in need, in addition to those that we serve daily. So if a family is in need of food, they can either bring in a letter from their church, from an organization that they're involved with, from DCF, and we'll provide them with a crate of food that will provide food for their family for a good 2 weeks. We haven't been able to do that. Our pantry is bare.
Pantry is bare.
Bare. It's bare. We have a lot of raisins. That's it.
A lot of raisins. A lot of raisins.
We will gladly trade raisins right now for other needs, but we are dry. We cannot do that right now, and that is a shame. That is a bigger shame. It's just, again, that domino effect. One more thing that we're unable to do for our community because we just don't have it.
Well, and it sounds like the need has grown so significantly in such a short period of time that there's almost a domino effect occurring.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we didn't anticipate this much. We knew it was going to be a higher level of food, but we didn't understand that it was going to be well over 100 per day. They were talking almost an extra 1,000 meals per week.
Right.
That is a lot of food.
Absolutely, that's a lot of food. And I keep saying, I think that's a lot of food. I'm thinking, 120 a day, that is real service to people who are in need. What is the demographic of people? How are they getting to you? What does that service look like to the people that are partaking of those services?
Apparently, they're having no problems getting to us and finding us.
Right.
We've got lines out the door, so they are definitely finding us. There is a new wave we've noticed over the last few years, is that the demographic is younger. We definitely have younger homeless population that we've seen over the years. Younger, I mean 18 to 26, and that is a very critical problem. Very critical problem. This is our future of America, so we need to help these youth get back on track quick. And so that is a big push for us as well, is to turn around and reintroduce, of course, everybody that comes into our door, but now we're focusing a lot as well on the younger population that comes in to get them back engaged with society quick.
Absolutely, and engaged with society. There is much discussion countywide about the millennials and that particular population that has now surfaced as part of what is very relevant in how we are living life as service providers, as how we're living life as a society, and re-engagement in society seems to be one of the biggest issues. Now, does Talbot House offer programs for those types of
Absolutely.
Of things as well?
Absolutely. We have what's called the Homeless Prevention Program. This program is phenomenal. There is often opportunities or chances in life that people take that don't fare them well in the end. They may have a job, but they've lost their residence, and they have nowhere to go. We provide shelter for those people. They have a job, which is great. For that particular program, they need to have some form of income, but we will house them, feed them, and help them get back on their feet. So this offers them some time to establish some savings, and then we will also assist them in finding a new residence and with their first month's rent, with their electric deposits, those things it's always a big expense to move.
Right.
So especially for people that are in straits and they don't have the ability, we help them there. We have our renewal program. That particular program, that is for your homeless population that has addictions, mental health concerns, physical concerns as well. And with them, we offer free counseling, and we have programs that take them through where they actually end up graduating at the end. So it's a very intensive course, and they go through these programs, again, with our assistance with the shelter, with the food, with the clothing. And then the end result ends up at what we call the solution, which is a building that we have where it is an opportunity for them to go and create a resume, which we assist them with, help them find jobs, help them place in jobs, and then continue on with them afterwards as well, because reintroduction to society isn't always that easy, and so sometimes there's compounded concerns that they've had, whether they be mental, physical addictions, sometimes they're all together. So that particular program is more in depth than the homeless prevention program. The homeless prevention program is more of a quick fix. That's usually a 3 to 5, maybe 6 month fix where, again, we're helping them reestablish their financial abilities and get back into society that way. However, they have programs that they need to follow through with us as well, like financial courses and safety net courses, which we try to establish them with opportunities to have a savings account. So in the next event, if there is another one where there's a rainy day, they are okay. There's a cushion.
This is intensive programming. This is intensive. This is not something that is inexpensive for Talbot House to maintain. And then in addition to your feeding component, which was what we began this discussion with, it seems like feeding the body is the first step for Talbot House.
Absolutely.
Sincerely.
If you're not nourished, nothing else is really going to work. So it is a big expense. Our operating costs are roughly $2 million a year, and that does not include our free Good Samaritan Clinic, which is also on site. That clinic is free. It provides healthcare services to those in Polk County. They do not need to be homeless, and they do not need to be our residents. They just need to not have insurance. And we do provide free healthcare as well. So that operating budget in itself is over $3 million. So combining the two, definitely over a $5 million operating budget, and that does not include food.
And that does not include food,
No.
which is our need, and is what we're going to focus on for a few minutes. If you had just the wish list of food that came in, how would that happen? Would that look like? Obviously, somebody can make a financial contribution, which is fabulous.
Always welcomed.
Right?
Always welcomed.
Absolutely. But if somebody really wanted to be more hands-on and provide food, is that a possibility?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, and how would they do that?
They can come by our facility, which is off North Kentucky Avenue. We have a donation center that they can drop off food, clothing, prescriptions. So any type of food is appreciated and welcome. Boxed, canned, dry food definitely has a little more storage life and a little more shelf life. However, our food doesn't have a shelf life right now. It's come in and go out. It's
Right.
very quick. However, let's just say it's a mass amount of flour. That's something that we can store and keep for some time, so that's a good thing. We'll take any kind of donation at this point. There's a desperation level that we are at here, and we're still holding on, but we're not able to offer more as we did in the past. So swing on right by 814 North Kentucky Avenue and drop off.
And
right
drop
there.
it off.
And drop it off.
Right there. Our economy, and while we're, there's varying opinions on what's going on with the economy right now in the nation. Certainly that affects us right here in Polk County just as much as anywhere, if not more. I'm hearing the word, we've stabilized. But in the world of outreach services, there's more happening. There's a lot more happening that would indicate that, the younger population that you're seeing is coming out of school without a job, without the skills necessary, possibly even to function with a job at this time. How do you see the economy affecting what you're doing specifically at Talbot House right now?
I see that we have 144 beds. And they're full. I see that we have a lot of people that still come to our door every day, and that grows in number. So if we were empty or just had maybe a handful of people, then I think I would actually agree that we're stabilized and things are moving up and forward. I don't want to discount the efforts that our community and our nation have made, but there is still a problem, and it's still a concern, it's still an issue. So maybe things are looking better for most, but there are still a large group of many that are not in that financial gain sector. So that's where we're at.
Well, Michelle, I can't thank you enough for coming out and sharing with us the important work that you do at Talbot House. If a contributor, of any kind, and I said that quickly, what I want to say is if somebody wants to give you money, or if somebody needs to make a contribution to you, how do they get in touch with you?
They can contact me at Talbot House. They can come by. Again, we love to provide tours and give a whole overview of the entire campus. So we welcome people to come visit our campus at all times. Online, on our website, they can donate right online via credit card. There are opportunities to drop off, again, food, clothing, prescriptions, furniture, whatnot, right at our ministry.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again so much for coming out today and talking with us. And we're going to push this out in the world. Our viewers are watching, and our hearts are certainly with the efforts that you have.
Thank you so much for having us. I really appreciate it. We need the help.
Absolutely. Talbot House is providing the resources that so many in our community need, and you can get involved with them today. Talbot House is located at 814 North Kentucky Avenue in Lakeland. The Salvation Army has recently relocated to the area of Kathleen in Polk County. This transition has left the responsibility of feeding lunch to the poor and homeless to Talbot House. Their new challenge of feeding those that were fed by the Salvation Army has exhausted their food pantry within a few short weeks. The daily numbers of additional lunches served is over 120 per day, and these numbers are expected to steadily increase due to climate and the upcoming holidays. This increase has forced them to cease providing boxed meals to families that have been referred to them for crates of food to take home to feed their families. To get more information on Talbot House and how to get involved, you can contact them at 863-687-8475. or go directly to their website at www.talbothouse.org.